Christian Reconstruction is never top down, it's always bottom up. It starts on individual streets, parts of town, neighborhoods, towns themselves, cities. And that's how I propose that we end the notorious American custom called the criminal traffic stop. And I propose we do that using the four main elements of law in your state. My study has been in Tennessee, but all the states are very similar in that the use of an automobile as a motor vehicle under license is called a privilege. The four elements of my reform program, which entail me giving notice to local officials, is this. Number one, privilege. A privilege is an economic benefit, a regulation making a particular occupation or trade effectively state-owned. There are many privileges: plumbing, embalming, accounting, private detectiving, real estate appraisal, real estate, and others. Driving and operating a motor vehicle is like unto those. It is a privilege. Again, it is an occupation or trade. Being a motor vehicle driver is an occupation, a state licensed and state permitted occupation. You can't drive and operate a motor vehicle without a driver license. The problem is, of course, is that the latitudinarian and constabulary interpret that to mean you can't use a car at all without a license. What they really should be saying is you can't operate or drive any automobile as a motor vehicle unless you have the privilege evidences or tax receipt proofs, which would be the license or the registration plate. Both, again, evidence of the privilege being current. The second element is the commissioner of your DMV, Division of Motor Vehicles, as everybody seems to call it that. Those states have their own names for these departments. In Tennessee, it is the Department of Safety and Homeland Security, DOSHS. The commissioner is charged with all regulation of traffic, which is to say commercial use, all use under license. And he holds a contested case when the state has an accusation against you. Well, he's supposed to. When the state accuses you of having a bad tail light or being on the road with a revoked tag and driving on that tag, the accusation has to be heard in the proper court. That court is the commissioner's own court with his own judges. Those are called AHOs, administrative hearing officers, or administrative judges. They are the first person or the first party to hear the case by the state against you. Why is it being held in criminal court? Well, it's a custom, but there's no foundation in law for it. So, privilege, commissioner authority. Number three is UAPA, the Uniform Administrative Procedures Act. That law regulates court cases effectively in every department. Every department is under your state's UAPA. And fourthly, there is the doctrine of exhaustion of administrative remedies. This forces the accuser, the state, to hear the case and bring the case against you in the lowest level. That would be the department in charge of the license of the privilege through which you're being accused, right? You're being accused through the motor vehicle law and on the assumption or fact that you are in privilege with a license. Therefore, the prosecution is improper and unripe for criminal adjudication. The accusations have to be first administered by the administrator, the commissioner, then appealed to court where it's adjudicated. Again, the dispute is before a judge now, a real judge. And thirdly, only if there is noncompliance or refusal to comply with the court order by you, if you lose, and only then can the charge be criminal, not before. That's my theory.